This is going to sound too good to be true. How would you like a medication that works as well as a benzodiazepine for anxiety, but causes no dependence or withdrawal? It has no side effects except mild nausea in 3% of users and no known long term risks. It has no interactions with any of the P450 cytochromes and no other known drug interactions. It's been around for over a decade in Germany, where it's widely used. And now you can get it in the United States and perhaps in other countries without a prescription. In my local grocery store, it costs $17 for a month's supply of the larger, more effective dose, and half that for a dose that's certainly an excellent placebo, if not better. And now comes a review that suggests that this medication works well for insomnia, too. Do I have your attention? Hi, Jim Phelps here for the Psychopharmacology Institute. It's not really a medication after all. It's extract of lavender. In Germany, the pill version is called Silexan. In the US, the same compound in the same concentrations is available over the counter as Calm Aid. My local supermarket carries it. But now I'm going to throw some cold water on all this enthusiasm. Here goes. Nearly every randomized trial of Silexan that I can find was conducted by researchers who receive honoraria from its German manufacturer, and the most recent meta-analysis of its efficacy was funded by the company, which prepared the statistical analysis and drafted the manuscript. Basically, what we're reading is advertisements. But that doesn't mean Silexan doesn't work, but it sure raises some suspicions about whether it's as good as the publications make it sound. On the other hand, suppose it really is just an elegant placebo, cheap, apparently nearly harmless, appealing. What doesn't sound good about extract of lavender? As you know, placebos have very good results in the treatment of anxiety and insomnia. So, actually, I should be careful not to foster your disbelief. Indeed, I should promote Silexan, just as do the authors of this new review, including regarding its effects on insomnia, because if you believe it's a great approach, many of your patients will too, and it will help them. Moreover, there are actually good biochemical reasons to think that extract of lavender actually is psychoactive. Like pregabalin, lavender extract also inhibits calcium channels with a net effect on glutamate and norepinephrine. According to this new review and a previous one in 2015, there are multiple reasons to believe that lavender extract really is doing something specific in the brain. But these reviews, like the randomized trials, have been authored by Dr. Siegfried Kasper, along with authors in the direct employ of the manufacturer. Well, back to the results. Lavender extract versus placebo for insomnia. In one study, as measured by the standard scale, the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index, lavender extract was associated with an 8-point drop versus a 6-point reduction with placebo. That's statistically significant, that difference, but clinically significant? How big is 2 points on the PSQI? Well, a small literature based on studies in sports medicine, acupuncture, and pulmonary disease suggests that a minimal clinically important difference on the PSQI is somewhere between 1.5 and 3 or 4. Suffice to say that a shift of 2 points is not huge, but probably noticeable. Better, how about a head-to-head comparison with 0.5 milligrams of lorazepam? Reviewing the abstract of that study, it looks like it was fairly rigorous, even though the second author is an employee of the Silexan manufacturer. The results in that context? Equal improvement in anxiety scores with Silexan and low-dose lorazepam, 0.5 milligrams, including the insomnia subscore. But was the sample big enough to detect a difference? Unfortunately, the abstract doesn't give us those numbers. In summary, for now, we're seeing the same results for insomnia that we're seeing for anxiety scores overall, with extract of lavender versus placebo. If it weren't for the direct connections to the manufacturer in these publications, we'd have good evidence for Silexan, or in the US, Calm Aid, over the counter, as an apparently safe alternative to benzodiazepines for anxiety and sleep. But we can definitely say that extract of lavender is at least as good as a placebo, knowing that placebos themselves can be highly effective for anxiety and sleep. It all depends on whether your patient believes the pills can help, which is determined by whether you believe they can help. And clearly they can. Given the published data, you don't have to worry about the ethical problems of recommending a placebo. For more on this, a review of Silexan efficacy for anxiety is Mueller et al., 2019, in the references.